Welcome to National Eyes. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The global auto industry is undergoing a dramatic transformation, one that is reshaping not just how cars are built, but where the very heart of innovation beats. Tesla and Ford, two titans, one a legacy icon, the other a disruptor, are shifting major manufacturing and research northward, signaling a seismic change in the industry's landscape. This isn't just a business move, it's a bold reimagining of American industry, blending tradition with cutting-edge technology and new ways of thinking. For decades, Detroit was the heart of car making, its factories humming with the promise of American ingenuity and blue-collar pride. Now, that heart is moving, and with it, the hopes and anxieties of entire communities. The northward expansion marks a new era, one defined by automation, clean energy, and a rethinking of where and how cars are made. Factories are being retooled for electric vehicles, powered by renewable energy, and staffed by a new generation of skilled workers. Billions in investment and thousands of high-tech jobs are on the line, as entire regions compete to become the next hub of automotive innovation. But this shift also means upheaval for communities that have depended on these companies for generations, raising questions about job security and the future of local economies. The decision has sparked fierce debate, touching on national policy, local identity, and the delicate balance between progress and preservation. Tesla and Ford aren't just moving factories, they're redrawing the map of global auto production, shifting the center of gravity for an entire industry. Their bet that this northern strategy will secure a decisive edge in the race for the future of mobility and set the pace for competitors worldwide. The world is watching to see if this gamble pays off, as investors, governments, and workers alike look for signs of success or failure. The auto industry is a web of global connections. A move in the U.S. ripples across continents, affecting supply chains, trade, and the future of transportation everywhere. This is more than a relocation. It's a high-stakes play to shape the next chapter of industrial power, with consequences that will echo for decades. The outcome will impact workers, economies, and the very future of American manufacturing, influencing how the world views American industry. As the industry pivots north, the stakes couldn't be higher, and the world is holding its breath. Will this bold move redefine American industrial might, or fracture it, leaving some regions behind while others surge ahead? The answer will shape not just the companies, but the world, influencing everything from local livelihoods to global economic trends. The northern shift is underway, and its consequences are just beginning to unfold, promising a future filled with both opportunity and uncertainty. To truly understand today's upheaval in the auto industry, we must revisit Detroit's storied past, a city that once stood as the beating heart of American innovation and ambition. For a century, Detroit was the Motor City, home to Ford, GM, and Chrysler, and the birthplace of the American middle class. Its factories didn't just build cars, they built dreams, fueling prosperity and shaping the nation's identity. But the golden age faded. The 1970s oil crisis and fierce competition from Japan exposed Detroit's vulnerabilities, shaking the foundations of an industry that once seemed invincible. Factories shuttered, jobs vanished, and the Rust Belt became a symbol of decline. Neighborhoods emptied, and the city's spirit was tested as hope gave way to uncertainty. Then came Tesla, betting on electricity over gasoline and rewriting the rules of the game. Suddenly, the future belonged to those who could innovate fastest. Legacy automakers struggled to adapt, forced into a race to electrify or risk extinction. The pressure to modernize was relentless, and the stakes had never been higher. Ford's recent push into EVs brought innovation, but also massive losses, over $12 billion since 2023. The gamble for relevance came at a steep price, shaking investor confidence. Tesla's aggressive pricing and a slowing EV market intensified the pressure. The competition was no longer just about cars, but about survival itself. The industry's pivot to Tesla's charging standard was the final straw, signaling a seismic shift in power and influence. The old playbook no longer worked. A radical reset was needed. Boardrooms buzzed with urgency as leaders scrambled to chart a new course. Both companies faced a stark choice: adapt or fade away. Workers and executives alike felt the weight of history on their shoulders. The result? A bold northern strategy, leaving Detroit's legacy behind for a new industrial frontier. New factories rose in Canada and the northern U.S., chasing opportunity and lower costs. The Motor City's story is now one of reinvention or obsolescence. Some old factories find new life, while others stand as monuments to a bygone era. The race for survival has moved north, and Detroit must find its place in this new era. The city faces a crossroads, its future uncertain but not yet written. The stakes are not just corporate futures but the very soul of American industry. What happens here will echo across the nation. The next chapter is being written far from Detroit's once mighty factories, but the city's spirit of resilience may yet surprise us all. Why are Tesla and Ford heading north? The answer lies in energy, talent, and strategy. Northern states offer abundant, affordable, renewable energy, crucial for powering massive, modern factories. Automation means fewer but more skilled jobs, engineers and technicians, not assembly line workers. These regions promise a fresh start, free from legacy costs and old labor models. Central locations streamline supply chains and distribution across North America. Nearshoring critical components like batteries boost security and resilience. Financial pressures and technological shifts forced both companies to act now. The future demanded a bold leap, and the North offered the launch pad. On a crisp September morning in 2025, Ford and Tesla stunned the nation with a joint announcement that no one saw coming. The two automotive giants, once fierce rivals, now stood side by side, signaling a new era for American industry. They unveiled a staggering $75 billion plan to create the Northern Automotive Axis, an advanced manufacturing corridor stretching across North Dakota and Montana. This bold vision aimed to transform the region into a powerhouse of innovation and production. Ford's new campus will focus on building affordable electric vehicles for the masses, bringing cutting-edge technology and sustainable transportation to more Americans than ever before. Meanwhile, Tesla's Gigafactory North will specialize in next-generation batteries and robotics, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in clean energy and automation. Together, these projects promise to create 50,000 high-tech jobs by 2035, offering new opportunities and revitalizing communities across the northern plains. The reaction was electric. Optimism surged in the north, while anxiety gripped Michigan. Northern governors celebrated the investment, but Midwest leaders felt blindsided and betrayed by the shift. Ford's CEO called it a bold break from the past, a necessary leap to secure the company's future in a rapidly changing world. Musk declared, "We are building the machine that builds the machine," hinting at a revolution in how things are made, not just what is made. This isn't just about factories, it's about creating a new industrial ecosystem where innovation, technology, and collaboration drive the future of American manufacturing. The nation is left to reckon with the scale and meaning of this seismic shift, as experts and citizens alike debate what it means for the country's economic landscape. One thing is clear, the future of American manufacturing just changed course, setting the stage for a new chapter in the nation's industrial story. The backlash was swift, led by former President Trump. He blasted the move as a betrayal of Michigan and the American worker, vowing to fight for jobs left behind. Trump's rhetoric tapped into deep economic anxiety and regional pride. He framed the shift as abandonment, not progress, and promised tariffs on cars from the new factories. The message resonated in the Rust Belt, fueling political outrage. The Republican Party split. Some demanded protectionism, others welcomed new investment. Ford and Tesla found themselves at the center of a national firestorm. The northern move became a political flashpoint, not just a business decision. The debate over jobs, loyalty, and the future of American industry raged on. The stakes, not just economics, but identity and power. The economic impact is stark. A boom for the North, a blow for the Midwest. Montana and North Dakota brace for a surge of jobs, construction, and investment. Small towns prepare for transformation, hoping for a new era of prosperity. Meanwhile, Michigan and Ohio face uncertainty and slow decline as advanced R&D shifts away. Local businesses and suppliers fear erosion, not collapse, echoing past deindustrialization. Nationally, the move strengthens domestic supply chains and green tech leadership. But it also risks deepening regional inequality and social division. Building a new industrial corridor is a massive gamble, requiring more than just factories. If the companies can't attract talent or overcome logistical hurdles, the promise could fall short. The outcome will shape America's economic landscape for decades. This isn't just economics, it's about people and communities. In the Rust Belt, the auto industry was the backbone of life and identity. The northern shift brings uncertainty, anxiety, and a painful reckoning for these towns. New boom towns in the north will see an influx of skilled workers, changing local culture and straining resources. Tensions may rise between longtime residents and newcomers. Workers face tough choices, uproot families, or risk being left behind. The move divides the workforce and challenges the old social contract. America must now ask, what do companies owe the communities that built them? Analysts see this as a high-stakes strategic play. By clustering battery, assembly, and energy production, Ford and Tesla aim to outpace global rivals. Experts predict the northern automotive axis could become a new Silicon Valley for mobility. But the risks are real: displaced workers, broken communities, and rising inequality. Without major investment in retraining and support, the Midwest could be left behind. Geopolitically, the move strengthens America's control over critical supply chains. It's about more than cars, it's about securing the future economy. The consensus: the gamble is risky, but the need for a resilient advanced industrial base is urgent. The outcome will define America's place in the global order. The stakes: technological leadership or lasting division. Tesla and Ford have set the industry on a new, uncertain path. The northern automotive axis is more than a location. It's a reimagining of American manufacturing, the promised sustainable growth, innovation, and renewed industrial strength. The peril: social upheaval, regional divides, and political strife. The next years will test companies, communities, and the nation. The story will be told in jobs, data, and most of all, human lives. The choices made now will shape the future for generations. The road ahead is unpaved, and the nation must navigate it together. Will this bold move unite or divide? The answer is still unwritten. The future of American industry is being forged northward.